Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. This is our second card using the Friends for Life bundle and the Full of Life Designer Series paper. So I took this idea from a card we made at my Uplines card night. So thank you to Tanya Badolka for the idea. Again, it's a full front Z fold, so you can open it right up. But this designer series paper here and the colors really didn't kind of go with the leaves and the theme in the back. So we're going to use the hearts from the set on this one. I've got all the sizes here. I'm just going to pop this up here. I've got all the sizes for the pieces, and we'll go through them. And I will add them to the comments. So we'll just lay everything out. So the full front Z-fold card, you take a regular standard North American card base, you score it at 4 1/4 like you normally would. So we're just going to come in here and we're going to just fold that down. And then you score again at 2 1/8 and you fold it back on itself. So we're just going to score that down or fold that down like that. Give this a good push down. So we've got, basically we're taking the front and we're scoring it in half. So I'm just going to pop these up here and you should be able to see them. So our first score is at 4 1/4 and our second score is 4 1/8. And what we're going to do, we've got 2 5 1/4 by 4 pieces. The white one goes inside and the granny apple green one goes on the outside. But what we're going to do is we're going to do some stamping before we do anything else. So I'm just going to pull this out of the way. We're going to take our hearts and our granny apple green and we're going to kind of stamp and stamp like that, just so we've got a couple of little hearts at the bottom there. And then we're going to take our granny apple green 5 1/4 by 4 and we're going to do just some stamping in random places where it will show. And then we're going to tuck a couple there and a couple there and then some over here, and maybe we'll add some on the side because we'll still be able to see the side, and then maybe a couple over here. So, and because I want to, I'm gonna do one there. And now I think this corner looks a little empty, so I'm just going to stamp one there. Okay, so put the stamp down, Lorraine, close up the stamp pad. So what we need to do now is we need to start adding these things to our card. So I'm just going to flat mount the basic white onto our card base. So we're going to line this up like we normally do, just lining up with that score line. And there we go. And push that down. And so when this goes on, it will come over and kind of hide that piece of basic white just underneath like that. But we're not going to adhere that just yet. We are going to start building our card front. This will be flat mounted. I've got a mat in Berry Burst at 1 3/4 by 4 1/4 and a piece of the Full of Life Designer Series paper at 1 1/2 by 1/4 by 4. So it's going to just have that 1/8 of an inch all the way around. And we're just going to pop this down. Now this time I'm not going to put anything over top of this. Here I die cut with the green leaf. I'm just going to leave this blank. And it is going to be flat mounted onto the card front, kind of just like that. Then I'm going to take my other designer series paper and my mat. This mat is 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. And this piece of designer series paper is 2 by 3. And we're going to flat mount that on like this. Again, lining it up so it's equal on all sides, like that. And we're going to dimensionalize this. And I'm still using up my sheet of dimensionals with all the edge bits. Okay, so we're just going to pop that on like that. And that will go over top of the other piece of Designer Series paper. I'm gonna have a little bit up and a little bit over, just like that. Make sure we're straight, and we are. And I've already stamped the greeting. I used the one from the stamp set. So excited for you. And this is in basic white. It's a 1/2 by 3 3/4. And then the mat that goes underneath is 3/4 by 4. So we're just adding that 1/4 inch. And to get the kind of the banner end, I'm just going to snip into the middle like that. And then I'm going to come up from the corner to the snip. And this helps get that nice banner piece at the end. Going to do the same thing at this end. Just a snip and then cut to the middle. And again, just cut to the middle and you get that nice banner look. Okay, so this is flat mounted on like this, just right into the center of this piece, equidistant from each side. There we go. And this is going to be laid over top, so I need to put a dimensional on this edge and a dimensional on this edge and some adhesive in the middle there. So I'm going to grab one of my end pieces here and I'll throw this around, and I'm going to add some bling to this one. So I have to remember that I need the bling. So let's just peel this off. There we go. I love this paper. It is just so much fun to work with. And then we're going to line this up, and it is 4 inches, so it's going to go edge to edge like this, and we're going to make sure we're straight and then just pop that down. Now I need to adhere this onto here. One of the ways you can do this is just put adhesive down this half, but I've already layered this up so it's a bit bulky. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my adhesive on this flap. Excuse me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up so that it covers the basic white, and then I'm going to lay it down like that. So when the card is closed, it covers up that basic white, and then you open it up and you've got all that room for the greeting on the inside. And we're going to use these Tinsel Gems 4-pack. And we're just going to add some of the pink. And I'm just going to pop one up there like that. One kind of like that. And one down in here like this. And that just adds a little bit. It reinforces the curves in the heart, the curves in the circle, and kind of brings the eye around. So that is our card for today. This is where we started. This is where we got to. So let me know if you prefer the leaves and then with maybe a different DSP here, or if you like the hearts. So I like this one. It's fun if it's a wedding shower or something like that. Month of June, lots of weddings. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.